Hearing aids are not terribly popular. People don't like them. They're not fashionable. They will frequently wait until they have more hearing loss than we would like to see before they will succumb, if you would, to the idea of having a hearing aid. But generally, we look at hearing loss as any mild hearing loss, and mild is categorized as more than 25 decibels. There's a very complex way of measuring hearing using units called decibels, just like we measure weight in pounds and distance in miles. We use a decibels as a way of measuring the volume of a sound. And if your hearing loss is greater than 25 decibels across the frequency spectrum, and the frequency spectrum goes anywhere between 250 hertz, which is 1 octave below middle C on a piano, up to say 8,000 hertz, which is about 4 octaves above middle C, you will have some kind of impairment with that hearing loss. You may not be willing to treat it at that point, but you will have a real impairment. Using a hearing aid will restore their hearing back to normal on the audiogram, but it does take some getting used to. Hearing aids are complex devices. They're not merely amplifiers, and they do quite a bit of massaging to the sound. The brain has some instinctual properties about being able to mask out background noise, filter sounds appropriately, allow sound to spill over between frequencies. And there's kind of nothing as good as the original parts. But a hearing aid should be able to restore your hearing normal. But most importantly, when we look at fitting someone with a hearing aid or restoring someone's hearing, we'll really looking at their ability to understand words. And that's everything to us. The cochlea not only hears the sound, so you raise your hand when you hear the tone, when you're getting the hearing test that you got in elementary school, but the inner ear has to take that sound and code it and send up an analog electrical signal up the cochlear nerve to the brain so the brain can sort out that it's a word. So our main goal in treating someone with hearing loss is to restore their ability to understand words. And that's the big thing. The word understanding is everything in restoring hearing loss, because communication is primarily why they're getting the hearing loss. There's a small subset of people who might want to listen to music or might do this or that, but for the most part, you really want them to be able to communicate and communicate with others and not struggle distinguishing words.